You've been told Egypt is the cradle of civilization. You were told wrong. Before the first pharaoh was even born, a kingdom called Sumer was already trading gold, building skyscrapers of mud brick, and inventing the very concept of wealth. This is the story of how the world's first super-rich nation was born, and how its ghost still shapes our world today. The story doesn't start with pyramids and pharaohs. It begins much earlier, in a fertile land between two rivers, the Tigris and the Euphrates. This was Mesopotamia, the land of Sumer. While the Egyptians were still figuring out how to unify their kingdom, the Sumerians were living in the future. By 4000 BC, they had built the world's first true cities. Uruk, the largest of them, was a sprawling metropolis of over 50,000 people. Imagine that, a city larger than many modern towns, thriving 6,000 years ago. Their temples, called ziggurats, were monumental stepped pyramids made of millions of mud bricks, reaching for the heavens. They weren't just places of worship. They were the economic hearts of the city, centers of administration and redistribution. But Sumer didn't get rich by accident, and their greatest inventions weren't made of stone. They were ideas. They invented the wheel, which revolutionized transport and pottery making. They invented the plow, which transformed agriculture, allowing them to produce massive food surpluses. This surplus was the foundation of their wealth. But how do you manage a surplus? How do you track who owns what, what, and who has paid? The Sumerians solved this with their most profound invention, writing. Cuneiform, their wedge-shaped script, wasn't created to write epic poems. It was invented for accounting. They were the first to track debt and profit. They created contracts, recorded sales, and managed complex supply chains. By 3500 BC, Sumer was the Silicon Valley of the ancient world, an engine of innovation driven by the need to manage their ever-growing riches. They created the first schools, the first legal codes, and even the 60-second minute we still use today. Their wealth wasn't just in gold and grain. It was in their system. Now, let's fast forward 4,000 years. Empires rose and fell on this same fertile soil, but the spirit of innovation endured. From the ashes of ancient kingdoms, a new power emerged. The Abbasid, and at its heart, a city designed for greatness was built. Baghdad. Founded in 762 AD, Baghdad wasn't just a city, it was a statement. The Caliph al-Mansur built it as a perfect circle, the round city, a design masterpiece meant for total control and infinite trade. It was a fortress, a palace, and a global marketplace all in one. Its strategic location made it the undeniable center of the Silk Road, the nexus point where the goods, ideas, and people of China, India, Europe, and Africa converged. Caravans laden with silk, spices, and precious metals arrived daily. Ships sailed up the Tigris, carrying timber, pearls, and ivory. Baghdad wasn't just on the map, it was the map. Its markets overflowed with goods from every corner of the known world, making its merchants and its rulers fabulously wealthy. At its peak, it was the largest and richest city on the planet. But the rulers of Baghdad understood something crucial that many wealthy nations forget. They realized that physical wealth, gold, silver, land, is fleeting. The most stable and powerful currency is knowledge. So they made an unprecedented investment. They built the House of Wisdom, the Beit al-Hikmah. This wasn't just a library. It was the greatest intellectual center the world had ever seen. The caliphs invited scholars, scientists, and thinkers from all faiths and all nations to come to Baghdad. Their mission: to gather all the knowledge of the world, translate it into Arabic, and then build upon it. And they paid for this knowledge handsomely. It's said that translators were paid the weight of their translated books in solid gold. This incredible investment yielded unimaginable returns. It was here that the Indian concept of zero was adopted and spread, giving us the number system we use today. It was here that Al-Khwarizmi laid the foundations of Al-Khabriz, very name giving us the word algorithm. Scholars in Baghdad made groundbreaking discoveries in medicine, optics, astronomy, and chemistry. This knowledge wasn't just for scholars. It created practical tools that gave Baghdad its economic age, advanced navigation techniques for their sailors, new chemical processes for their artisans, and sophisticated financial instruments for their traders. They understood that by monopolizing knowledge, they could dominate global trade. Wealth, however, always creates targets, and a city as radiant as Baghdad shone like a beacon to those who coveted its riches. For centuries, it was seen as impregnable, a symbol of eternal power and prosperity. But nothing is eternal. In 1258, the Mongol hordes, led by Hulagu Khan, grandson of Genghis Khan, arrived at the gates of Baghdad. After a short siege, the city fell. What followed was a catastrophe of unimaginable scale. The city that had been the center of the world for 500 years was systematically destroyed in a matter of weeks. The accounts are horrifying. The Mongols showed no mercy, destroying palaces and hospitals. But their most devastating act was the destruction of the House of Wisdom. The greatest collection of knowledge in the world was ransacked. Countless books, the priceless work of generations of scholars, were thrown into the Tigris River. The survivors said the river ran black with the ink of the books for days, and then red with the blood of the scholars. The riches of Baghdad, both material and intellectual, weren't just stolen. They were erased from the world. It was a stark and brutal lesson. Wealth without the power to protect it is an invitation for disaster. The fall of Baghdad plunged the region into a dark age from which it would never fully recover. A warning that echoes through history. So what is the legacy of these lost kingdoms? Does any of it matter today? Absolutely. Absolutely. Look at a satellite view of modern Baghdad, and you can still see the faint outline of the round city's ghost, a grid imprinted on the landscape. The systems that govern our modern world are the direct descendants of the innovations born in Sumer and perfected in Baghdad. Every time you check the time, you're using a Sumerian system. Every time you use a credit card or a spreadsheet, you're using a system of accounting they pioneered. The math that powers your phone, SGPs, and the algorithms that run our digital world had their roots in the House of Wisdom. The global trade routes that define our economy follow the same paths carved out by ancient caravans and merchants heading to Baghdad. The true treasure, the hidden relic of these ancient empires, isn't a buried chest of gold. It's the invisible software running our civilization. It's the very idea that organized systems, data, and knowledge are the true sources of wealth. To understand where we are going, to navigate the complexities of our own globalized world, we must remember where we began. Thank you for watching. If you want to uncover more hidden stories that shape our world, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. See you in the next one.